tree is said to have a lifespan of 300 to 600 years, but many of it have been found to date back 2, 3, and 4,000 years. It is the symbol of peace, and it takes about 6 years for it to grow and bear its first fruit. But perhaps the most interesting and valuable thing about this tree is the juice of its fruit. It is described from 750 BC by the most epic poet of all times, Homer, as liquid gold. Let's talk about olive oil. So what is olive oil? Olive oil is the juice, the oil, extracted from olives. Now November is the month where olive picking begins. In some countries that produce olive oil, that have olive trees, that may go up to January. Now all olives contain olive oil, but not all olives are used for the extraction of olive oil. The ones that are used for the extraction of olive oil are the ones that contain the highest quality of olive oil. And usually those are small olives, and they are the first to be picked because they are still something between raw and ripe. The people who deal with this, and they are experts, they know exactly when the olives are ready to be picked for the olive oil. And they are the ones that are still strongly held to the branches. They are picked, and nowadays there are machines. In the older days it was rock or stone mills. And these olives, they're usually green. They are crushed totally, together with the seed and the skin. They're made into a pulp, and then they are squeezed, and this liquid gold called olive oil is extracted. Now, in order for us to get the olive oil, there are certain criteria, and the first one is that olive oil needs to be extracted in the low temperature, or what we call cold temperatures, which is 14, 15, maximum 16 degrees centigrade, or what would be between 78 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And the oil is extracted on the same day that the olives are picked. And actually, just a few hours after they are picked, the olive oil needs to be extracted. Now, the first oil that comes out, this is what we call premium extra virgin olive oil. And for something to be called premium extra virgin olive oil, it needs to meet certain criteria. First, it's the type of the olive, the quality of the oil in the olives, the way it is extracted, that it needs to be in low temperatures, and the acidity not to exceed the 0.8. And this is where we get the premium extra virgin olive oil. And this is it. Now, the color, as you see, it's not transparent, okay? And the color of olive oil, whether it's premium extra virgin olive oil or virgin olive oil, differs from area to area. Like everything else that nature gives us, it depends on the climate, on the soil where the olive trees are growing. It depends on the rain, it depends on the sun, it depends on how close or far from the sea the trees are. It depends if they are watered or they are mainly watered by the rain. Olive trees are usually not watered, they just receive the water from the rain. But not all of them have the same color. So this is a little bit lighter, And this is a little bit darker. Of course, the bottle here is darker, but it's two different greens. Now here I have two glasses of olive oil. You can see there is a difference in their color. Now what's happening here? Premium extra virgin olive oil, when it is first picked and extracted from the olives, and usually the olives, I can show you here, they are tiny olives, they're not big olives. The ones that, now these have become black. The olive oil is extracted usually when the olives are still green, okay? Now as time goes by, the olive oil, the acidity from 0.8 starts to become higher than 0.8, and the taste mellows, because this one here, if you taste it, it's quite heavy, and a distinctive thing is that it burns the throat, which really designates its freshness, its quality, but above all, what I say, its therapeutic strength. Now I can just show you the difference. That after, if I leave this for a few months, it will become like this. This olive, it's obvious it's not this year's olive oil. Olive oil can last up to 2 years. So slowly, as it settles down and its acidity changes, it slowly becomes transparent. And this is usually the olive oil that when we purchase it, by the time it reaches us, it changes, and this is the final product that we have. And most people know this as the olive oil. This is pure. This is gold. This is diamond for your health. Okay. This is about maybe a month old by the time they brought it to me. This, by the way, is from the southern tip of Greece. The Mediterranean is most famous about its olive oil, and there's certainly a difference, not only between one country and the next, but between one area and the next. So this is the olive oil and this is the premium. This is definitely thicker, and it falls of the spoon in a more thick manner. But the one I have on the right, this one here is from Crete, but it's last year's olive oil, and it's just as good, of course. There are a lot that you can find in the supermarket depending where you live. If you live in a country that produces olive oil, you probably know where to get it, when to get it. You may even know, producers so that you can get it fresh from there. But if you are in a country that does not produce olive oil and you get it from the supermarket, then there are certain things that you need to look at. Extra virgin olive oil meets criteria. If it says just olive oil, that may be a little bit suspicious. You need to dig into the label and what it says, and we'll talk about this in a minute. Let's talk a little bit about what olive oil does and why we need to include it in our everyday nutrition. Now, if the label says just olive oil, it's very possible that it's been refined or produced using maybe chemicals. A lot of times what happens is that some older oils are mixed with fresher. I'm not sure about color additives, but certainly it's not extra virgin, and it's not what you are looking for better quality of oil. Look at the label. A lot of times there are certain criteria that you can find, for example, on the internet, which places contain or where you can go buy you know, extra virgin olive oil. Perhaps, for example, like if you're living in the US or Canada, maybe some Middle Eastern groceries or Greek groceries, Italian groceries, they may be selling extra virgin olive oil. So you need to check it out. Now, olive oil, do not be scared to taste it. I mean, it's a fatty juice. It's a monosaturated fat, which is a stable fat. You need to get accustomed and try out its taste. You know, just like honey, just like wine, olive oil is definitely something you can taste. So, it burns in the throat, which really is good, and you can taste that bitterness of the olive. Now, the olives that people use to extract the olive oil, they are, as we said, the first pick of olives, and they contain less olive oil, but it's stronger. So, for example, for 10 kilos of olives, they may produce 1 liter of olive oil. Whereas later on, if they use other olives, they may get double the olive oil. So for trade, it's not that beneficial, but for the quality, it certainly is. And of course, I'm sure that the premium would be sold at higher prices, but it's definitely worth it. When you get olive oil, there are certain things that affect it. First of all, time. So as time passes by, you can see that it changes. It's not like wine, that it gets better with time. Actually, olive oil can last up to 2 years. So if you have olive oil, first of all, increase your consumption of it. Replace other oils that you use with olive oil, because olive oil is so high quality and so nutritious. With time, it changes, it becomes older, so use it. The second thing is heat. You don't want to have it in a hot place, because olive oil likes the cooler temperature. So if you're going to keep it at home, keep it in a cool storage place. I don't know if it's your pantry or you know, a storage place that you're going to keep it. Keep it away from heat, keep it away from light. So you can also have it in darker bottles. See, this bottle is darker, or in a complete opaque bottle. Now, its contact with air is another issue. So if you buy olive oil frequently, or if you buy it in big containers, open the container and pour it into a smaller jar or bottle that you're going to be using. So what about the nutrition benefits of olive oil? Olive oil is by far the healthiest oil. Olive oil protects us from the risk for depression. It reduces the risk of many cancers, especially there is a special link found for the prevention of breast cancer and colon cancer. It has so many benefits to the hair, the skin. We see so many products that contain olive oil, even plain soaps that are made out of olive oil. It contains a lot of antioxidants. It is anti-inflammatory. It increases the good cholesterol. It's good for your heart. It increases the absorption of calcium. It protects against the cells, against the cell deterioration. It improves memory. It protects us against diseases like Alzheimer's. It lowers the blood glucose. I mean, we can write chapters. Now, a diet that is rich in olive oil will reduce the chances of diabetes by 40%, and this has been proven with studies. It's antimicrobial. Now, I'm saying all these benefits. Surely, we're not saying you're not going to get disease, but olive oil is a very strong shield of protection. And I always want to talk about the benefits of pure products that nature provides us with, because I cannot emphasize how much the biggest role in disease prevention is accomplished by nutrition. Nutrition is the biggest factor that will protect us from disease. And I'm saying that because a lot of times I see people that after there is a health problem, they really would like to rush and see how they can use nutrition to improve, to get as close as possible to therapy or recovery, or to eliminate the problem. And really, we should be thinking of nutrition way before that, in the stage of prevention. And I don't think that this is emphasized enough, not even in bibliography and not even through health specialists. And I really would like to pass the message through. Use nutrition for prevention. And today, talking about olive oil that has so many health benefits, it is definitely worth having at home on a daily basis. Now, it's true that it has about about 50 kilocalories per teaspoon, but this is okay if my entire diet does not contain too much fat. So for example, what would I choose more? What would I choose between the two? A low-fat diet or a regular diet that contains a little bit more olive oil? Definitely the second one, you know. Olive oil is something that needs to be provided to our taste palate. We spoke about this in other videos, that taste is the one that really helps appetite, and appetite is extremely important for our food and for our health. Appetite is not just something limited to the mouth. Appetite is something that helps digestion, absorption, and metabolism as a whole. So all these products that we're showing, they have beautiful aroma. I mean, if I could just let you smell the olive oil through this camera, what can I say? I mean, it is amazing. And this is the way that nature communicates with us, really. You know, why would these products have such wonderful aromas? There is a reason for it, okay? From the aroma to the tasting palate, use it. So about a liter of olive oil per week is something that would be quite okay. Yes, the body eventually, excess fat or excess oil or whatever has fat in it will not get rid of it. It will store it. It will store it everywhere in our body and in our blood vessels and in the heart. But use fat wisely. You know, I would not choose harmful fat. I would try to get it out of my diet and substitute it with fat, beautiful fat like olive oil. So make olive oil one item that you always have at home. Use it every day in your daily nutrition. How can you use it every day? We spoke in the video about salt, how you can use it with salt that's as an appetizer. Another way you can use it in every day, and here I can show you, is have it as a dressing. You know, we use dressing every day, so might as well use the best dressing that we can have. This is the extra virgin olive oil, And the way you do it is you put some oil, and this is lemon juice. So you start stirring and you start adding the lemon juice. Now it's still not there. You can stir it with a whisk or a spoon or a fork. Now the consistency starts to change. All right. Now I've reached the consistency that I want, which is really thick, very, very thick. I'll add just a little bit more lemon. This is going to be my, okay. Now this is the premium extra virgin of olive oil that I showed you, and this is its consistency. Okay. Right here. So you take this, or you can take regular, you know, also extra virgin olive oil, this. And when you add the lemon to it, you have this end result, this mix. Now this is usually 1:2 proportion. It is 1 unit olive oil and half a unit of lemon juice. So if you have half a cup of olive oil, 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice, and you get this consistency. Now this is heaven. This is one sauce that you can make this easy, and it is so beneficial. You can use it in the salad. You can add your condiments like salt and whatever else you're using for the salad, and then this would be the sauce of it. You can use it with the steamed or boiled vegetables, and you can use it over fish. So, can we also use olive oil for frying? Well, fried food and deep fried food anyway is something that should be scarce in our diet. But certainly if you want to saute something, yes, you can use olive oil. Or if it's for a short period of time in the pan, yes, you can use olive oil. It's monounsaturated fat, it's stable, so by all means. So please include it in your everyday nutrition, and keep it safe, cherish it, and remember, the closer we are to nature, the healthier we are. So if you like this video and the content, please subscribe so that you can be notified with every upcoming video, and join us in the Facebook group now for photos, for close-ups. We also have in our social media, and if you like it, please click like and share it with friends. See you next time.